Hello everyone, welcome to BTV. We're having a few technical problems with the field of play before we get underway today, so we're just making sure that those are resolved before we can bring you the start of the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Keep an eye on the clock. We will be trying to get this stream underway as quickly as we can. It's about 3 minutes to 2 this afternoon on Saturday the 18th of March 2023. Not long before we get underway, but we are starting a little bit later than billed. Thanks for your patience. Hello everyone, welcome to BTV. It's a gorgeous day for hockey. It's Saturday the 18th of March 2023 and this is round 2 of the playoff round, the finals edition of the Vitality Women's Hockey Premier Division. It's Beeston versus Surbiton and it is looking like a fantastic game in front of us. teams are being led out by the match officials, Janice Tasho and Rob Jenkins. Today's match official is Joe Barnes. Slight change to the Beeston lineup, which we'll go through in a few minutes, and it also looks like a very strong Surbiton side that has travelled up the M1 to Nottingham today. We did have a little bit of a delay at the start of the game, so thank you for your patience. We made sure that the pitch was watered as the teams are introducing themselves to the officials and themselves. I'll walk you through those team lists and information that's come in from James Cedillo, which we thank him for. Bibal, Nadia Benalo are both ill. Carolis Miller is injured, and coming in as Mads Newett and Harriet Dugan as well. So hence the changes from last week's side. So that's something to look out for. As mentioned, Surbiton, very strong side. Sabi Heish in goal. Also, you've got Leah Wilkinson, the Wales leading all-time capped sports player, as well as a sprinkling of internationals as well throughout that lineup. Beeston in the black and gold half shirts, black skirts and gold socks. Surbiton today looking like all white with the maroon and green trim. One thing I'm very grateful for, and you can see on the back of the players' shirts, is player names as well. So Beeston ready to meet their Surbiton counterparts. One thing I can try and fill you in on is the position. The points have been reset ahead of this final phase. So Surbiton and East Grinstead are both on 3 points so far in Pool A. Beeston and University of Birmingham still to get off the mark. Might the day be the day that Beeston can get a win over Surbiton, who've had a 100% record here at Nottingham Hockey Centre, going all the way back to November 2013. Some big scores in that as well. Something that goes in Beeston's favour. Beeston have scored in every match in 2023. So I think who gets the first goal might set the tone for the rest of the day. So I'm Andy Day in the chapel at Nottingham Hockey Centre, directly underneath the camera position, watching the game more or less where you are seeing it from, wherever you're watching in the world. And wherever you are watching, do let us know. Interaction is fantastic. Who stood out for you during the game, as both teams are easing themselves into this fixture. Beeston attacking the car park end in this first half of 35 minutes. And in return, Surbiton are playing left to right, attacking the boulevard end, and it's Beeston who make the first entry into the 23-metre area. Ball goes off the sideline. Promising start from Beeston. Can they find a route to the circle? Well blocked by a defensive duo from Surbiton, but Beeston are giving up a foul, and Sophie Robinson not happy with that decision at all. So just me in the chapel today. Surbiton break the ball over halfway. Creep over the baseline. No, it won't. It won't be kept in. Nice step in, but possession is still with the visitors. Free hit on the left-hand side for Surbiton. Lots of space for the visitors to work in. Costello plays the ball down the line. Comes off Robinson's stick, but kept in right in front of the baseline. Mirror image a few moments ago, what happened, but Surbiton are in the circle first. That's padded away from goalkeeper Steph Tyrrell. First shot at goal and dealt with by Steph Tyrrell in the Beeston goal. Surbiton clinging to that 23-metre line, not pressing any further forward than that. Effectively pinning Beeston back into that 23-metre line. Izzy Petter now with the ball towards the top of the circle, giving away a free hit. Ball played to the left-hand side of the circle. They're in for the second time. Hits the outside of the goal frame. So that's 2 shots within 60 seconds for Surbiton. And at the moment, Beeston can't seem to get out of their 23-metre line. It's a good press. Is an aerial option the one to choose? The trick is, when can you deploy it? If you're that far up the field, you need the time and space to send the ball in the air, which Surbiton have denied them. Looking at the first part of the season, as we're awaiting the restart, Surbiton finished the first part of the season winning 10 of their 11 games. As I'm breaking off as the visitors are into the circle once more. Umpire watching on and giving a long corner. Beeston in their 11 first fixtures, 1-5. It's of 18 points. At the moment, it's all with Surbiton, but Beeston have an opportunity to go long, and that has worked pretty well. Reduced some of that pressure on Beeston, got the ball away. And Giselle Ansley is looking for the return of the match ball pretty swiftly. Whistle blows. Beeston thought that they had the chance with Charlotte Watson to break into a bit of space, but they haven't got that. As dark clouds are on the horizon, I'll keep an eye on that one, because water is the call of the day today. It's very wet on the drive over. It's held off since we've been on air, but those dark clouds you can see to the rear of your picture now don't look very good at all. And once again, Surbiton into the circle, done very well here. Ball knocked behind for the expense of a long corner once more. If you were to draw a line of possession, pretty much be here. Is that a penalty corner? It is. So here's the restart. So we're back watching a replay, by the way. I think it's just finding a foot in the circle. So plenty of goals in this Surbiton side. 62 in the first phase and the second phase combined. Hannah Martin right in the centre of the picture. Played away. Support coming into the Beeston defence right now. And will the ball roll over the baseline for a long corner? Yes, it will. It's a well-defended penalty corner. The first one of the day goes the way of the visitors. At the moment, it's all Surbiton. As I said that, there's a brief turnover, and the visitors are back into the circle again. This comes to naught. Beeston could clear now. Again, neglecting to go, or opting to not go with the aerial ball. And look at the pressure already. This has worked out pretty well. That possession spell didn't last for very long. It's a very topsy-turvy couple of seconds as possession has changed hands repeatedly. Beeston, though, can take a little bit of time on this restart, assess the options. Ella Cusack is hugging the touchline nearest to us off camera. Quickly done. Arms outstretched. And the Beeston coaching team earning a free hit just in front of the dugout. Something that's been made aware of. I'm not sure you might be aware of, wherever you're watching at home. As a Beeston play goes to ground, and that is Jane Kilpatrick, who felt she might have got something there but didn't. If this game finishes in a draw, we have a shootout. There must be a winner. Free hit here for Beeston. A couple of metres in the offensive half, and you can never write off Surbiton, but it looks as if that first phase at least of intense pressure has been seen off. The substitutions being made right on halfway as well. Costello's ball forward towards Stella. Played into the circle, nice trap. Grieve with an important touch as well in the circle, taking it away from a shooting opportunity. Again, played at a decent pace along the sideline. It's kept in play by Giselle Ansley. Giselle Ansley, who has a birthday coming up at the end of the month on the 31st. She will have hers 31st on the 31st. Into the 10th minute on BTV. The pressure certainly has been with Surbiton, and you can see Darcy Bourne with number 5 on her back, trying to instigate some of that pressure from that Beeston restart from the get-go. We knew that this was going to be a stern test, of which there are many across the season. But 10 minutes in, no goals. We're still awaiting that first clear goal scoring opportunity. Bourne with a nice ball towards the top of the circle. Beeston picked that ball up though. And that's just beyond the despairing reach of the stick. From Charlotte Watson, that was. Space opening up on the right-hand side of the circle. Bourne tries to play the ball across the face of goal. Goalkeeper Tyrrell has been low to the ground. For a moment it looked like she might have been beaten, but the ball tickled the outside of the netting. So Surbiton continue to knock on the door. Beeston not really entered the circle yet from what I remember of the game. Here is the aerial ball, looking for Harriet Dugan. Space on the Surbiton right once more, looking for potentially something on the edge, which has been given. Ball roll back to Costello, who sweeps it across the back via Ansley. Good pace on the ball to Costello. Takes a couple of strides forwards. Ansley again. Waiting for the right moment to find the angle into the circle, I imagine. Incremental progress forward around the 23-metre line. You can tell there's been a difference in the Beeston defence, because at the moment the Bees are blocking the space off, and it's meant that Surbiton try that early ball in towards the circle. Does take a no touch on the way through, and so once again the ball hits the frame of the goal, but no goal. It's Beeston 0, Surbiton 0, as the clouds continue to gather in the distance. Martin towards the baseline, into the circle. She's held up, penalty corner. So penalty corner number 2 of the day for the visitors. So Beeston trying to make their way out of defence. Quick turnover. This is Martin. Could be a foot, could be obstruction. Take your pick. Surbiton have that second penalty corner of the game. So Costello or Ansley. Ansley just switching with Costello on the edge of the circle. That one skipping wide of the upright from the ball in by Ansley. Nice little routine that, and Beeston survive again. Nice early ball out to the left-hand side, but a bit too much pace on for Harriet Dugan right in front of the chapel here. Elliott on the ball, captain for the visitors. Neat. But the second ball is further away from Julie Reid. Strong, robust challenges from both sides there, and Beeston get the better of that moment of play. And Beeston break over halfway. Just not enough pace on the ball from Millington. Ball flicked up off the stick and to safety from a Beeston perspective. Traffic. It's been an incredibly lively first quarter of an hour that have just elapsed. Neat run along the Beeston right-hand side. Bees have the ball. You can see a little run off the camera from Harriet Dugan, who was on camera and then disappeared. She's in space on this left-hand side where she can be found. At the moment, there's no route to her. Surbiton have done very well to block that. It's made Beeston go long. Anticipating maybe a run from Charlotte Watson, who I think was the furthest player forward. She's in the middle of your picture now. Stenner's ball forward. Picked up a pace by Hamilton. Hamilton, good hands with the ball in towards the circle, right-hand side, slower ball played away. And finally Beeston can clear. Looked a bit hesitant in defence there, Beeston, but the whistle's gone their favour. And I think if they can get to the end of the first quarter without conceding, they'll look at that as a stern test that they've seen off. But of course, we're only one quarter of the way through 4. Nice use of the body from Jane Kilpatrick, who goes to ground. Nice one touch, and then Dugan plays the ball forward. Millington runs into space on the left-hand side. There's support coming now. Hamilton from Robinson. Robinson gives it back to Millington, whose progress is halted, and this is the best field position that Beeston have had with the ball for a little while. They will get the opportunity to play that again, because the restart wasn't in precisely correct position. And then padded away, long corner. Decent spell this for Beeston. Their first real foray with the ball in the circle. There's only 10 seconds left. I'm not sure if the players are aware of the time on the match clock. Is there an opportunity for the ball in the circle as the time starts to really tick away? No is the answer to that simple question. It's Beeston 0, Surbiton 0 at first quarter time.
And after the first quarter in this match of Beeston versus Surbiton's Beeston 0, Surbiton 0.
Magical Mushroom Company. The Magical Mushroom Company harnesses the natural flexibility and strength of mycelium, the material structure of fungi, to grow protective packaging at any scale by combining it with agricultural waste such as hemp, cork and sawdust. This offers a safe, sustainable and totally home compostable alternative to plastic foams. Ideal for packaging, horticulture and interior design solutions, you could say they're solving the plastic problem with the magic of mushrooms. Find out more about the Magical Mushroom Company at magicalmushroom.com. So with the game finally poised, with no goals, it wouldn't be unfair to say that Surbiton have had the lion's share of possession and field position in the first half, but it only takes a second to score a goal. And Beeston have had the upper hand with the final moments, at least, in that first quarter. Surbiton, though, for the time that they've had in the circle, they've looked dangerous, they've looked very sharp. You feel that a goal is coming, and as I said a few moments into the match, the first goal could really decide the direction of travel for the rest of the game. And we are off and running again. Second quarter underway on BTV. Beeston looking for their first points in this final phase, finals phase even, of the new season. Needing to finish in the top 2 in this pool to secure progress to finals weekend. At the moment, it's Surbiton and East Grinstead on 3 points. Beeston and University of Birmingham currently to get off the mark. Elsewhere today in this pool, it is East Grinstead versus University of Birmingham. Surbiton take their time in possession and find a nice diagonal ball into space on the left-hand side. Good foot skills. There's an aerial ball direct towards the baseline. Shooting opportunity goes wide via a Beeston stick. Have a look at Pool B in this competition in a moment as Beeston can clear here. Are we going to see a card? Yes, we are seeing a card. Rob Jenkins has, I think that's Alice Sharp, number 23, but we'll get total confirmation of that in a moment. So it's a 2-minute temporary suspension for Alice Sharp of Surbiton. What can Beeston do with a player advantage? At the moment, they don't want the ball there, they want to try and get it further up the field, but again, this is good training from Surbiton, making sure that there aren't any easy routes towards goal in the edge of the circle. There's a free hit though inside the 23-metre line. Beeston can afford to bring a few more players forward. You can see Ala Cusack to the left of your picture just working her way through. Pendle with a little bit of space to work in. Goes one way, then the other, keeps possession with the Bees just outside the 23. Grieve thought about the early ball, decides to pass it out to the right-hand side. More space to work in. Can Beeston get that ball in? The angles aren't great. And the ball towards the baseline, slides over the baseline with the Surbiton defensive hit out. See Sharp sitting there on the suspension bench, picking up her stick. I don't think there's going to be much longer left on that 2 minutes. Nice close control, stick work. See Surbiton up to the 23-metre line and into the circle once more. Is this a shooting opportunity? No, it is not, as we're being pulled back. Little shrug of the shoulders collectively from Surbiton. They thought they were through. Here's Costello. And yes, that suspension is over. Full sharp. It's a full set of 11 for both sides. Ball into the circle again. Appeals. Umpire unmoved. Very, very busy part of the field. And the umpire has pointed this time at the goals. So it is a penalty corner. For the third time in the game. Sharp is going over to inject the ball. We're back live now. Beeston's defensive team put their protective gear on and make their way back into the goal frame. We just see a little switch, but not this time. It's low and away from the goalkeeper, but it will come back with interest as it's hammered towards the goal. And I think, is that Watson who took the full effect of that one? That volley in the air was travelling. It would have been a spectacular goal, but as we enter the 24th minute, it's still scoreless. There's an awful lot of hockey still to be played, but of course I did mention earlier on about the shootout. It'll just be our luck on BTV, wouldn't it, that we'll have the first ever England Hockey Premier Division post-match shootout. That's a nice ball in towards the circle, but it's been addressed and assessed by Giselle Ansley, watching it go all the way over the baseline. Very smart work. Nice pace to this move. This ball across the face of the circle. Big appeal, and Beeston get the whistle. Sometimes matches are hectic. This has not been a hectic game. This has been measured from both sides. Again, it wouldn't be unfair to say that Surbiton had the better of the game so far. But we've reached a spell where it's evened out a touch. Driven ball towards the corner. Doesn't take a touch on the way through. Defensive hit for Surbiton. Taken from right about there. Nice aerial ball with whip on it, and that's a good takedown from Eloise Stenner right on the sideline. Use of the body as well from Julie Reid. Penalised though, and we're restarting. travelled a long way. That's intercepted by Gillett at the key moment, and it's been whacked into, I think, Hannah Martin, who's not thrilled with the outcome of that. Time is off. We'll have a look out of the window. I think she's just showing the umpire where exactly it caught her, Hannah Martin. You may hear the sound of a helicopter hovering above us. No, we've not invested in a helicopter for coverage of BTV. There's just one nearby. So if you can hear that on the match microphones, apologies. You may want to turn the volume down for a few moments while the helicopter makes its way over the field of play. Reid is looking for the ball right in front of us in the chapel. She's been ignored. Reid makes her move back, and she's on hand there to make a quick restart. She goes to ground. Possession is back with the visitors. Hamilton checks inside. There's a ball on here, and that's well watched in the Beeston defence. That was the right pass, and that was a great defensive watch. Robinson picking the right moment ball forward for Millington. Millington's ball forward is a good one. Support coming for Beeston around the edge of the circle. Who's quickest to it? But it will be a Beeston free hit in a very promising position here. Look at the number of white shirts you can see between the ball and the goal. So it's sensible that Beeston have gone back to retain possession. It's with Kuzan now with Gillett, whose ball towards the baseline is a good one. Nice take. And that one is flicked off a Surbiton stick onto the outside of the goal. Long corner Beeston. Really, really neat play from the Bees. Towards the edge of the circle. Beeston play it off the legs and get a free hit in a dangerous position. You prefer right-hand side free hits from left-hand side, just by the nature of the way that the ball is going to be played in with pace. It will have to come back out of that dotted line before it can get fired in, and that's exactly what happens, but it's pushed away, and Surbiton get on their skates very quickly. Good touch from Reid. Holds things up and turns possession over, but the free hit for Surbiton. 29 minutes gone. Here's Ansley on the right-hand side for Surbiton. Nice weight on the ball towards the 23-metre line. Stenner goes this way and that, and then plays the ball off Robinson. Newitt having to check her movement forward. Used to have a free hit as we enter the 30th minute. Still no score. I know some of you watching at home will be eager to get the kettle on. And just to mark your card for that, there will be a 7-minute half-time break as that comes up. So don't miss the first couple of minutes of the second half. There will be a 7-minute half-time break. Nice progress down the Beeston left. Robinson's ball has been picked up. Is there another pass? Is there another link up here? Back to Robinson. Robinson fakes one way and makes a run towards the baseline. Is there another pass on here? It is in towards the circle. It's been unfortunately tapped up off the stick and over the baseline. Nice from Robinson, who's had a very good game so far. And she'll be I'm sure happy for me to say, thanks to our ball patrol today. Thanks to everyone who's come along from Mansfield Aztecs, especially to Ruby, to Harrison, to Caitlin and to Megan as well. In towards the circle, there was the ball on towards Petter, but I must say that Beeston have stood very strong when they've been presented with the opportunities that have come from Surbiton. There have been some big scores in times gone by. Recently, 19th of November in this season, it was Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. 12th of March 22, Beeston 1, Surbiton 7. 7th of December 2019, Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. And the same score back on the 27th of October 2018. So we tend to expect a lot of goals. Beeston tend to get on the target, but it's Surbiton that often find much more in terms of goals. 32 minutes gone. We will have a very truncated half-time wrap-up, by the way. We'll be away very quickly due to some pitch watering that we need to do. And we are trying to work out what the outcome is here. Surbiton have a sideline ball. Ansley with time to look up and ping one along the ground. No, that can't be picked up, and Beeston will get a defensive free hit. 2.5 minutes to play until half time. It was a ferociously strong opening 10 minutes from Surbiton. And as mentioned, Beeston have eased their way into the game a little. Some very, very good moves, particularly down the left-hand side where we've seen Robinson link up pretty well. We've also seen a great pass in to the circle from Paige Gillett as well. But scoring opportunities, up until right now, have dried up a little bit. As mentioned previously, it only takes a second to score a goal though. Will there be a twist in the tail before the end of the first half? Nice low block. Returned with interest onto the 23-metre line. Hamilton doesn't get any further forward. Beeston hunting in packs at the moment. 60 seconds to go in this first half, which has been all action. Seen a green card shown to Alice Sharp for Surbiton. But it did well. She knew that there was a player coming up behind her, so she shielded the ball and made a pass off. Patrick. Seeing the ball back, just 30 seconds now until half-time. Grieve strokes it out to the right-hand side, and that looks like that for the first half. Beeston 0, Surbiton 0 is your half-time score. Lots happening, very, very competitive game, and unusually in this match, it's 0-0 at half-time on BTV. We'll be back in around 7 minutes' time as the rain starts to fall here in Nottingham. Stick with us. Welcome back to BTV. The heavens have well and truly opened. You can see the rain falling in the sky. We had predicted in commentary a few minutes ago, because the clouds that were dark and horrible are now directly above us. So hopefully we get a nice speedy second half, because the surface will be slick and it will be Surbiton to get us underway for the start of the second half. It's been fairly pleasant so far weather-wise today, until now. We are rolling again. Clock is ticking. Surbiton immediately going for the aerial ball, and that's a nice aerial and a nice take on the far side. Wonder what the instructions were. An early goal would be very good for Surbiton, but not that time. Blocked and away. Certainly Surbiton have cut the traps very, very quickly. They want that early goal and settle, not what you call nerves, but make sure that the direction of travel for them is the 3 points they want. Steph Tyrrell has been beaten. It was an early goal that they wanted, and that's an early goal that they've got. Steph Tyrrell came out of the goal to meet the danger, as you can see here. And I think it might be Hannah Martin who got the touch there, but we'll wait for total confirmation. Didn't take long for that first goal to come in the second half. Beeston's team talk, you'd imagine, would have been keep it tight as the visitors enter the circle again, and blocked and away. We're watching the video back on a different screen and trying to make sure that we allocate the right goal scorer. Like Izzy Petter is going to be credited with a goal. The ball flies through. We do have a friendly face in the crowd who might have been able to spot that for us. Break off though. Wilkinson with the ball out to the left-hand side to Hamilton. Hamilton's ball towards the top of the circle. Partly intercepted, free hit in a dangerous position. Surbiton keeping the ball moving. And over at the baseline for a defensive hit out. It's a little bit taken aback by the goal that came on about 40 seconds into the second half. Izzy Petter is going to be credited with a goal.
Information for goal scorer opening second half. No, so to 1. Scorer number 18 Izzy Petter.
Izzy Petter now moving on to 6 goals for the season. Nice take on the run from Watson, who's held up outside the circle. Surbiton trying to keep the ball out of Beeston's reach. They've done very well to get it out from there. Hamilton is robbed of the ball. Things have started to open up a tiny bit. Beeston note that they need points to get into that final weekend. It's going to be played at Surbiton. At the start of the day, both Surbiton and East Grinstead were on 3 points. Beeston and the University of Birmingham have none in Pool A. It's a similar picture in Pool B at the start of the day as well. Wimbledon and Clifton Robinsons are on 3 points each, with Hampstead and Westminster and the University of Birmingham, both, University of Nottingham even, both yet to get off the mark. So points is what you need as the ball goes over the baseline again. As it stands, Surbiton would move on to 6 points for the mini league and make it very difficult for Beeston to get into that final 2 places. Not impossible, but very difficult. Need to hit the ground running in this format. Both teams have enjoyed the rain shower, so sped the game up quite a bit as well. Nice run down the Beeston left-hand side. That's an interesting ball towards left-hand side. Beeston moving it around nicely when they're in possession. Support coming in now from Reed, who picks it up here. What's the option? She decides to go to the top of the circle, takes a couple of touches. Now, did that come off the body? No, we're still playing. That's just beyond. That's Dugan, who couldn't reach the ball as it went away. There's a lot of fire still in this Beeston side. It's been a successful season in many respects. There's still the championships to play for. That match against Clifton Robinsons in the what used to be called the Cup has been delayed until April, I think, now. Into the circle, Beeston go, and again it's Surbiton that come away with the ball. Nudge on by Hannah Martin. Ansley comes back to take the free hit. To direct things before the ball is set back into motion. Free hit bang on halfway. Fired in towards the edge of the circle, and that's a nice vision and a nice take as well. And to block the route towards goal, and then to look at her foot there, and that is a penalty corner. First one of the second half. You could see that was coming from quite a way away. That's the beautiful pass towards the top of the circle. There's the ball slipped in, and there's the foot. And that's why we're at where we're at with the penalty corners. 4th of the game for Surbiton. Delivery's good, and it's away. And firmly away. Beeston can break here if they time it right. Support is coming. Millington is moving very quickly and wants that ball played down the left-hand side. And that's what's happened, but she's not going to get there first. Surbiton break for a couple of challenges, but not that one. That one cheered on by the crowd as the sun starts to break through again. 45 minutes gone, just the one goal to tell you about. Izzy Petter in the 36 minutes. It can be 40 seconds into the second half. Vaughan takes the aerial ball down, runs into a foul, so Surbiton get the free hit, but it's a turnover by Beeston. Here's Dugan, a little space to work in. Long aerial ball. Vaughan happy to chase that one, but I think anyone was going to reach that before it trickled out of play. Noticing now how far Surbiton are pressing up the field. That's a beautiful interception, and space is starting to open up on the right hand side. 3 defenders are in there, knocked down out of harm's way. Umpire watching on from close range. Carried over the baseline. Today's umpiring team, Janice Tasho in the near of your picture. Just over the other side of the baseline, definitely Rob Jenkins. Going to Wilkinson, who takes a touch or two before moving it onwards, but it's been intercepted. Wilkinson has to make amends for that interception, making 2 challenges. Put notes on Leah Wilkinson, announcing her retirement from international hockey on the 6th of March of, this year, so just a week or so ago. Playing for Wales from 2014, 2004 even, and GB 2019 to announcing her retirement. ...183 Welsh caps, 21 Great Britain caps. If my maths is anything to go about, that's 204 in total. Intensity's dropped a touch in the last couple of minutes as the rain starts to belt down again. Pressure down the Surbiton right-hand side and blocked up by Beeston. The attempted aerial, not much distance on that. They will get the benefit of the whistle and will clear as the rain goes up another notch. I know I talk about the weather quite often, but it does make an important change the way the players are going through, all the way through. Thought for a moment from Charlotte Watson, but her run towards goal was blocked ultimately. Carries the ball over the baseline. Things opened up like the Red Sea for Charlotte Watson. Just couldn't get enough or close to enough to it to put the shot away. Challenges being ridden. Very, very well timed interception on that side of the Beeston circle. Moss with a layoff. Game's opened up a touch, and Beeston are having quite a lot of joy directly running at Surbiton, it seems. Looks like a substitution's just taken place. That's quite a sprint from Holly Payne, making her way off the field of play. Towards the circle, but takes a defensive touch. Long corner for Beeston. Up in the air. That's one taken down. Surbiton look very, very good in possession and defence. Beeston are trying to make a real nuisance of themselves. Julie Reid getting in the way of that block. Hamilton's ball forward, or Hamilton's run forward, has been cut off. Wills now with the pass out to the right-hand side. Elliott, the captain, with the ball forward and into the circle. Go the visitors again. Umpire watching intently. Beeston did have a moment to clear and will clear. 2 minutes or so until three-quarter time. Punch ball out of defence. Takes a couple of touches on the way through. Wilkinson does well to release Hamilton. Hamilton continues to run, and I think there's a trip in there. There's no suggestion of a card coming out or anything, but Hamilton was in full flight. Wilkinson with the ball out to the left-hand side. Sharp, sandwiched on the edge of the circle. Wilkinson, who's seen a lot more of the ball, a lot more influence on the game in the last 10 minutes or so. Here she is again. Miscontrol by the edge of the baseline. And it looks like we'll be heading towards three-quarter time, with Beeston still looking to come from a goal behind. That won't help things, giving away a free hit that high up the field. Another turnover in possession, sees it still with the hosts. And that is three-quarter time. So just one goal to tell you about, and that is the goal that came 40 seconds into the second half. Izzy Petter's strike from the right-hand side of the circle, with goalkeeper Steph Tyrrell coming out to meet the danger, just being bypassed to put the ball into the goal.
Score at the end of the third quarter, it's Beeston 0, Surbiton 1. With the goal coming from number 18, Izzy Petter.
Our main live streaming partner is Air IT, over 15 years of industry experience, a mature, well-established and trusted strategic technology partner to a wide range of organisations and in-house teams. With comprehensive expertise across IT, communications, cybersecurity and business intelligence, Air IT will cover all your technology needs. Whether you choose to fully outsource or complement in-house resources, we provide a complete managed solution from initial advice to supply, implementation and ongoing support. Find out more at airit.co.uk. We're also proud to partner with Club Buzz. Club Buzz lets sports fans clubs build an incredible website and manage their entire club, including their team selection and payments with the Club Buzz app, which is rated 5 stars on the Apple App Store. You can get started for free with Club Buzz at clubbuzz.co.uk. Fourth and final quarter underway. This is the final home game for Beeston ladies in the Premier Division this season. There may still be more games to come in the Championship, which used to be called the Cup many, many moons ago. There's a match coming up against Clifton Robinsons, which I think has been pushed back to the 12th of April if memory serves me correctly. Is there a route back into this one? Can Beeston sign off their home season with points on the board? What's next for these two teams? Well, Surbiton host East Grinstead. Simultaneously, Beeston travel to University of Birmingham. At the same time, 2 o'clock next Saturday, Beeston's men are back on BTV for what it definitely will be the final BTV of the season. Hampstead and Westminster are the visitors. Rosie Stevens finding the ball, striking where she slid to make the interception. Hamilton towards the edge of the circle as gets tangled up stick to stick after the ball had gone out for a long corner. Hamilton again trying to engineer a penalty corner. You hear the very, very noticeable stick of the ball on the stick as it was connected. Surbiton playing at a speed that they're hoping that Beeston can't match, as that ball is crunched and taken down wonderfully by Hamilton. First time ball in the circle, finds the layoff, again cleared via the stick. Incredible intensity now. It did drop down a touch or two. It's really ramped up again in the final quarter. Just the 1 goal separates the sides. 1 goal leads are dangerous because the difference from 1 goal going against you is the difference between 3 points and 1 point. However, that's not possible in the playoffs because there needs to be a winner. Still convinced that there will be an equalising goal and we will go to the first ever shootout. Stevens with the ball on the side. There's a lot of movement in front of her, so she's gone to join in that movement. Moss on the side via Reed. Nice movement with the ball for Beeston. Looking for that right moment to push the ball forward. That's nice. Takes a couple of bobbles on the way through. Beeston, ball outside the circle. Free hit coming. More support coming in. You can see Julie Reed, extreme right of your picture. Just more and more this game goes on with just a 1 goal difference. Feel that Beeston have got an opportunity to get back into the game here. Long corner again. Good defensive setup from Surbiton. So Beeston have to go all the way back and try a different angle. They've transferred it neatly towards the right-hand side. There's Newitt, the ball in the circle. Who did that take a touch off? It's like a long corner from here. Reed decides to leave it to Gillett. Into the circle, and that comes up, and that's a penalty corner. First of the game for Beeston. The restart, rather than going centrally, went to the outside. And a little bit of a slip up at the back from Giselle Ansley sees a penalty corner for Beeston. First of the game. Beeston have been pretty good over the last couple of weeks on their penalty corners. What's on the locker here? Well, it's not been brilliant, that delivery. If I'm honest, I may have oversold that. The ball is now in the circle. Is there a shooting chance here? No, there isn't. That one is a disappointing outcome from the home side. But they're coming back stronger. Nice chip ball towards the left-hand side, being kept in. Where's the support coming? Beeston have got it here. Everyone's stopped. It looks like it's going to be a... I think the two umpires are in discussion here about which direction the free hit's meant to be given. It is going to be a Beeston free hit. Look at that defensive line already in place for Surbiton. Beeston have committed a few more players forward in this tentative attack. The ball comes up off Gillett. She's still whipped the ball in. Shooting opportunity here. Looks like Robinson. Well. It is 1-1 with 10 minutes to play. Stand by your beds. We're for a very exciting final 10 minutes. In the week or so that we lost Mystic Meg, I seem to have gained her powers. I just knew there was an equalising goal coming on. But there's still 10 minutes to play. I can hear some banging as well on the pipe from the outside. That must be Mystic Meg. How you doing? Moss flicks the ball forward. Martha Lahore happy to knock that one out. Real spring in the step of Beeston. Sensing there might be a route to get another goal before the end of the game. It's been a better 5 minutes for Beeston. You never write off perennial champion Surbiton though. That's a very important defensive touch, and that's appreciated by the crowd here at Nottingham Hockey Centre. As mentioned, we do have another men's game next Saturday. Beeston men versus Hampstead Westminster. If you've enjoyed the atmosphere, can't guarantee it'll be any drier next Saturday, but do come on down to Nottingham Hockey Centre. Beeston in towards the circle. There's a takedown. Little chop. Is there a shooting chance here? Umpire unmoved. Beeston look transformed. There's a real intensity and zip about them that was probably just below the surface in the first half, but it's now been brought to the fore. Nice turn into space. Just saw Lauren Borrell, Beeston's captain, in the play as well. Free hit, dangerous position, support is coming, and will be another free hit now. I don't think that was 5 metres in towards the circle. Is that another free hit? Yes, it is. Incremental progress towards the edge of the circle. Maddie Pendle is in a lot of space on the right-hand side, and that is going to try and find her. Well, there it is. She checks back, plays the ball into the circle, takes a touch off. It's still with Beeston around the edge of the circle, but it won't be for long. Defensive free hit. Time is off. Are we going to see? Certainly umpires in conversation with one of the players. Looks like the captain, Steph Elliott, and also Giselle Ansley as well. You see the helicopter just in the distance as well, so we'll be drowned out for a second or two. Clock stopped at 63:15. Now running again as the helicopter just disappears out of view on your picture. Sideline ball for the Bees. That delivery blocked. Lots of changes of possession. And that's a very neat bit of play. Long corner. 5 minutes and change left. Nice delay on that. Pendle with the ball back to Grieve, who gets it back again. Nice weight on that towards the edge of the circle, which is appreciated. It was a bit too far and a bit too quick to be reached by the furthest player forward, who was Harriet Dugan. Forward by Sharp. Continues her run. Swapped out to the left-hand side into the circle for the first time in a little while. Goes Surbiton, and that was close to being turned in. Penalty corner. Just took a flick, I think, on the way through. 5 penalty corners for Surbiton. Just one for Beeston. Beeston defend this, or will it be, or potentially could be, a winning goal for the visitors? Trap is good. There's a peel, and it's a repeat penalty corner by the looks of things. So penalty corner number 6 now for Surbiton. We are all set. And that is the goal. Giselle Ansley quickly running back towards the goal. Low, hard, thumped against the backboard. So Surbiton have retaken the lead with 3 minutes left on the clock. Steph Tyrrell, I think, will be disappointed with that. It seemed to go through her a touch.
Goal for Surbiton from penalty corner number 2, Giselle Ansley.
So game management, as long as Surbiton have the ball down this corner. Beeston can't get an equalising goal for the second time in the game. Wilkinson spreads it very nicely to the right-hand side. Bourne. Earns a free hit. Finds a pass into Sharp. 2 minutes to play. Beeston get a free hit. Do they go long? They run with it. And I think Sharp might have been penalised for being a little bit too close for the restart. Not 5 metres away or not retreating as that ball was being played towards the boulevard end, which Beeston need to get towards very quickly. There's the take by Cusack, who has to beware of Hannah Martin. Is that being turned over high up the field? Yes. Bourne is there for the third goal. So Beeston caught at the back a tiny bit. Delightful finish on the reverse. Not a lot that Steph Tyrrell could do, and how quickly this game has changed. With 4 minutes to go, it was very likely that we're heading for the very first shootout. But with 20 odd seconds left of the game and a Surbiton free hit that they'll, well, Beeston will attack and Surbiton will defend this free hit. It looks like the moment has passed for Beeston. Dramatic turnaround in this game. Ball topped from Pendle. There's the layoff towards Hamilton. Now I saw an awful lot indoors and Hamilton taking the ball down towards the corner. Clever game management. And that is it. Final score, Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. What a dramatic game. What a fantastic final 10 minutes in particular. But yes, the final score is Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. We had a little bit of a preview of the score graphic, which is now coming up with the match details. What a remarkable game. Izzy Petter, all of these goals coming in the second half, as you can see. Izzy Petter scoring on 40 seconds it was into the second half. Then Sophie Robinson pounced with 10 minutes to go, and it did swing this way and that until a penalty corner was converted by Giselle Ansley on the 68 minutes, and Beeston were caught in defence, and Darcy Bourne with a very, very good low reverse side shot into the bottom corner of the goal sees the final score: Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. We don't have a graphic for this, but this would mean that Surbiton are now on 6 points in the playoffs, and I think that would guarantee them a place in the finals weekend, because it's impossible to be bettered. It could be equalled, but it can't be bettered, so I think 6 points is what you can get. Beeston, though, remain on 0 points. It's possible that Beeston could still make it to finals weekend. The other match today is East Grinstead versus University of Birmingham. Next weekend, Surbiton play East Grinstead, and it could be that University of Birmingham versus Beeston might still be on for Beeston with 3 points. Who knows? It could be goal difference. What we do know, though, is that this is the final women's BTV match this Saturday afternoon. Be the return of the men, and that will be the final game on BTV next Saturday. Well, what a game. We've had 4 seasons in one day. We've had rain, we've had sunshine, and it's rained goals in particular this afternoon, as it has been on previous occasions. On the 7th of December 2019, on the 27th of October 2018, and also the 19th of November 2022, the most recent time. It's finished. Beeston 1, Surbiton 3. From all of us here at BTV, it's been a pleasure bringing you this game. If you do like to come down and watch one of the games, you've got one more game to come down. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock.